Hi YouTube, I'm Tandy, the Pioneer Guy. I've recently made a Patreon where you can help me make content full-time. That Patreon link's going to be in the description below. If you like the video here on YouTube, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button at the end. Thanks for watching. I'm not sure that they will digital. If they did, they'd have to ban something from Modern Horizons 2, and I feel like they just don't want to do that, you know? Alright, we're going to keep this hand. We have the 2 Wolfwillow Kiora draw, which is neato. I'm going to go turn 1 O, turn 2 Wolfwillow on this. Like I said, I'm not sure that they're actually going to ban anything out of 4-color, to be honest. Alright, we'll lead off with Oath of Nissa. I kind of want the land. No, I don't. I have a bunch of mana. I'm going to take Cavalier of Thorns. I want to pay off. I already have 1, but if I get Thoughtseize, I want to be able to do something. Spire Bluff Canal. Put a mulligan to 5, so this might be an easy game. Alright, we will hide the Nykthos from him for a turn. Cell Pierce? Okay. Next turn we can go land, Nykthos, Wolfwillow on the 1, tap 3, play Wolfwillow. Play Kiora, untap, we have 3. So I guess we can't do anything with it yet, but then the turn after we can do some serious stuff, right? We're getting Pioneer Horizon soon. I don't want a monkey or a zombie giant in my format. I don't know. 5 Horizons postponed. Nice. Could just play Karn, right? Let's get our mana ramped up. We made the mistake the other day of just like not playing our mana when we could, and it ended up just like biting us multiple times. So we can untap the Wolfwillow, but it doesn't quite do anything this turn, so we'll just leave Kiora on 7 and hope that doesn't die to Strangle plus 2 Phoenix or something. You want to force negation to reprint? Could be useful. So we can just cast Storm the Festival, but that gets tagged by a few things. I think I'm just going to play Cavalier. I don't think they're going to have anything that does anything to it. But what I can do is untap the Wolfwillow Haven, cast it with a mana floating, and then use Nykthos. So I guess we'll just do that. And we can still play Karn even if they counter or kill the Cavalier. Get a draw card as well. Seven. So we can go Karn Troll. We have 8. We can go Cavalier Troll. Let's go Cavalier Troll. And then we'll do a big Karn next turn. Cavalier of Thorns is kind of hard for them to be without Thing in the Ice. And that's turn 4. I don't really want the Voracious Hydras here, so I think I'm just not going to sideboard at all. Alright, we got 4 Elves. Alright. I'm going to keep it. I don't love this hand, but I'd rather have 4 Elves than 1 Elf, because 1 Elf usually dies. But if we have 4 Elves, that means 1 or 2 of them should live. And so we get our acceleration. Having the removal, or having the acceleration be Wolfwillow Haven sometimes, though, is really nice. I'm going to play 2 Elves. I think playing 2 Elves is better than playing 1 Ramper that doesn't die. Because it puts pressure on them to actually interact. And even if they do interact, we have the same amount of extra mana as if we played a Haven or Caryatid. You also kind of want to play Wolfwillow Haven on an untapped land, so that essentially costs 1. If you can help it. Oh, they missed a land drop. Easy game. Let's play Troll, see if it gets gusted. I'm gonna go top. It's pretty big, and they don't have a ton of stuff going on right now. Next turn, we'll play Wolfwillow Haven Troll. They hit a land. Pieces. Anger you. Tilt. Well, they're one of Anger the Gods got me, I guess. GG me. We'll play our 4/4. Should have played Haven, I guess. Shit. Modern Horizons ruined Modern. I mean, that's a pretty bleak way of looking at it. It definitely changed Modern. I don't think it ruined Modern. I think Modern's pretty cool. And if you disagree, that's okay. It's just difference of opinion, I suppose. More people right now play Modern than any other format, and people seem to really enjoy it. People really like the Elementals. They really like Ragavan. They really like Saga. It's a mistake not to play green at this point. In what? Pioneer? Yeah, a lot of people enjoy Modern. I enjoy watching Modern. I think that it's pretty clear that some cards are like uber powerful and kind of warp the format, and you know, 10 or 20 of them come from Modern Horizons 2. So it looks like we're playing against Is It Control, not Is It Phoenix, because they played Quicken. So I got to keep that in mind whenever we're sideboarding again. Another thing in the ice. Okay. I'll play Nissa. What's up? They don't transform thing in the ice and kill Nissa. This is a scenario where cards like Nissa really start to stink. You know? When your opponent has like thing in the ice or whatever. But no matter what we had, it wouldn't really matter, right? Elder Gargross not better. Opponent's at 10. Stomp. They're going face. I guess that means they have another one. So they're going to transform and kill Nissa. Alright. It's fine. I'll quit. Because then they can just do it again next turn. Alright, do we want to board in anything? Kind of like the Golos. And the Stonecoil. I don't mind the Voracious Hydras either. Okay, what do I want to cut? If they have Anger of the Gods, the Caryatids are probably mediocre. The Polukranos is mediocre. The Nissa's mediocre. Actually, no. Nissa's bad against only thing in the ice, but it's good against all their other cards. Maybe it's like this for these three. Maybe the Golos ain't that good. Polukranos is okay though. They don't have Lightning Axe. Maybe it's just Hydra for Caryatid, so we have a way to answer the thing in the ice. I feel like our elf's gonna die and we're gonna lose, so I'm gonna mulligan. We'll keep this one. I'm gonna put back an elf. Cancel. I'm gonna put back a Boseiju. Second Boseiju is probably trash. Elf's probably gonna die. 100% stronger? Yeah, this hand's a bit better. Is Hogak stronger than Murktide? Yes. Hogak is way stronger than Murktide. And it's also way more banned than Murktide. Alright, let's play Wolfwillow Haven. If we play another elf and it dies, we're just going to be behind, so I'd rather use my mana more efficiently. Plus now we can play a 3-drop if we draw it, or a 4-drop. Thing in the ice. Okay. This is looking pretty bad here again. Pithing the Ice is a card that Mono Green has had a lot of trouble with in the past. Most people stop playing it, but this one is a control player, just kicking my ass with it. Even fucking Is a Phoenix stopped playing it for a while, man. Anger of the Gods, okay. Kill your elf. Feel like this thing guys is gonna transform this turn and make me sad. I think so too, North Bay. I think that's why I'm playing Mono Green. Going over the top just seemed great. What's up, K-Smith? Yeah, we're getting our ass kicked here. Pithing the Ice on 2, Anger on 3, and then flip it. Maybe they don't have it. Do I play her on Spell Pierce? Kind of want to. Get Karn. I get Nykthos, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I could just get a forest instead. I think we have enough mana to do most things. Three, 4, 5, 6. So we can just get God-Pharaoh statue, and then even if they bounce with Thing in the Ice, we can still do something. I guess we do that. So we get our board bounced. We lose our Nissa, but we still have Karn, or we lose Karn and still have Nissa. If they let us keep the Nissa, we probably can't storm the festival. I think we're one short of being able to storm the festival. Losing the Wolfwillow is going to kind of suck, though. It can almost certainly bounce our whole board and kill either Karn or Nissa. I don't know what could possibly be in their hand that didn't let them do that. Passing of the turn. So they're just giving me the mana to do Karn again. All right, well, I'm going to go get Meteor Golem, I guess, you know. Wow, it just happened? That's crazy. I was not expecting that to happen, chat. All right, so game 1. Oh, was this game 1 or 2? I won game 1. With GG for you, by the way? Ah, yes, exactly. I see. Okay, so our opening hand, this is a hand that's doesn't have an elf, but on the play with multiple Wolfwillow Havens, Kiora, Oath of Nissa, this one's definitely keepable, especially because we also have a payoff already with Storm. Now here I could take the 3rd land, but I decided to go with the Cavalier of Thorns because turn 2 Wolfwillow Haven, turn 3 Kiora, you know, I don't know what they're playing, but the Cavalier could be integral to turning on a Nykthos. We went turn 2 Wolfwillow, they also mulligan to 5. I decided to go for Wolfwillow, play Kiora, and then not do anything because untapping with only 3 mana doesn't do much. I don't think there was a way for me to play Cavalier there, but I could have played Karn. Here I'm going to go for... we can go Wolfwillow, untap Wolfwillow, float mana, play Cavalier, and that can let us Nykthos and play another Cavalier. We hit an Old Growth Troll off the draw step, too, so we can actually play that as well. So... After we play the second Cavalier, though, they conceded. So, I mean, is a control deck, you know, they have a bunch of removal that doesn't line up well against Cavalier. They probably had a bunch of, like, Fire Impulses or whatever in hand, you know? Game number 2. You know, we have a hand that's really reliant on elves, but we have a bunch of them, so if they die, it's not a big deal. Sepsis Bear coming in with 21 months. Dude, a couple more and you're gonna get 2 years, bro. 2 years is sick. Thank you so much for the support, man. Appreciate you, homie. So we go elf, they kill it. We got 2 more elves. They play some draw spells. They missed their 3rd land drop, which I thought was good for me. We play Old Girl Troll, they gust it. We put it on top because if they're gusting it, that means that it's pretty powerful, I think. And also I think it's better than a random draw. Unfortunately, they find their 3rd land, they shock, they play Anger of the Gods and get us. And then Thing in the Ice is just a kick in the teeth for our deck. I mean, you'll see in game 3 how scary it was. They just never transformed it because I guess they stalled out on expensive stuff or Narsets or whatever. So after the Anger of the Gods, though, I think we're so far behind that it doesn't matter. Here I go play Nissa. I think it's probably a mistake to turn this land into a creature because it's not attacking through the things in the ice. I can just plus and not target anything. And then they have Fire Impulse for the land. They go Stomp. And then they go Fire Impulse again. And it's no big deal. They transform this. They kill this. I concede. Game 3. Damn it. I can't stop it in time. Anyway, it was 1 land Wolfwillow Haven Elf, right? On the play, I think that if you keep a hand like that, you're just begging to lose to a 1-mana removal spell. And so that's why we threw it back. This 6th hand is much better, but still suffers from being able to just get the elves killed a bunch. We put back a Boseiju because the second Boseiju is usually garbage. The first one is okay because it can just be a forest. They have the removal spell for our elf. Instead of playing another elf, we play Wolfwillow. They play Thing in the Ice, and at this point I think I'm dead, but luckily they just didn't do anything. So they play Anger of the Gods, kill the elf. That's fine. We play Nissa, who shakes the world. And I go ahead and make a creature, or make it into a creature. That way I can maybe do it again next turn if they have a pretty land-light draw. They went Opts, and then didn't play a removal spell. Didn't flip Thing in the Ice. Didn't kill Nissa. I was just expecting Thing in the Ice to flip and kill there. So we get to go for Nissa, who shakes the world. We storm the festival. We find Karn and a forest. And Karn plus forest allows us to play God-Pharaoh statue. Now, even if they transform Thing in the Ice here and kill Nissa, I think we still have a shot to win because we have the Karn, which we can minus again. We're light on mana. We only have access to about 4 mana, but we can replay Wolfwillow. No, we can't. We can replay Llanowar Elves and a land. But they didn't play anything. And so I went for Meteor Golem and I killed Thing in the Ice. And even if they transform Thing in the Ice here, right? Even if they transform Thing in the Ice here with a 3 mana Fire Impulse or whatever, the Thing in the Ice is still dead. And we still have 2 Planeswalkers in place. So maybe they were being greedy. Maybe they were trying to get more stuff from me. But I feel like they should have just, if they had anything, they would have flipped and killed Nissa. But they didn't. So they couldn't have had it, right? Oh, to be a fly on the wall. That sounds really cool. Yeah, it's really cool. It's fucking powerful. You get a free 8/8, of course. But it costs you no cards. It was like having a companion because you just self-mill once or twice, you know, and then the game ends. It's kind of crazy, you know, how quickly it spiraled from just having one thing mill yourself. I guess I'll go for Nykthos. I already have an Old Growth Troll. Just kind of want the 3rd land. Maybe I should. I don't know. This is a weak draw, but we're playing against Rakdos mid, so we might have time. Karn's good against the artifact stuff. This might be mono black. Okay. Maybe my elf won't die, Copium. Surprised it's not as popular in Legacy and Vintage. I thought that it was fairly popular in Legacy for a little while. It's because of Force of Will. I mean, that's probably true too. Force of Negation doesn't stop Hogak, but Force of Will can. Yeah, it's only a 2-of because you don't really need extras, and those decks are like Bazaar Baghdad or whatever, right? You're talking about the best card that's ever been printed, and Hogak is up there in the best cards ever printed. Just to make that perfectly clear. All right, well, Bloodtithe Harvester comes down. They have 1,000 artifacts. I don't know what their payoff is. I hope it's not too bad for me. If it's just sack them a bunch, then I'm very happy with this. If they just play the Dragon Spark Reactor. All right, so let me read this one. This or another artifact in the battlefield, put a counter on it. 4 sack, deals damage equal to the number of charge counter target player, and that much damage to up to 1 target creature. Okay. We got 9. All right, what can we do with 5 mana off Karn? Good Golos. Golos doesn't sound too bad. I guess actually, no, I'll just go get Skysovereign and kill Harvester. And then we'll hold back to protect from Den of the Bugbear to keep our Karn healthy. And if they kill our Old Growth Troll, we'll just crew the Skysovereign in response. The Karn's shutting down all their artifacts right now. The one in hand's going to be pretty good too. They appear to be Herald of Anguish? Maybe. I feel like they're just killing me with Dragon Spark Reactor. They might also have Anguish. All right. I don't know, discard. This is tough. My hand's good. Guess the second Karn, maybe? Can we cast both of the other things next turn? Probably not, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5. Maybe we pitch Storm. Cavalier doesn't block too well, though. Good discard Cavalier, yeah. I'm gonna get Meteor Golem. I think I'm just gonna continue holding back blockers to protect Karn. Because they could Thoughtseize me and kill Karn, and then all their Dragon Spark Reactor turns on, and then I can just die. This way we have 2 blockers for the Hive. We can activate the Skysovereign in response. Takanuma to get back Herald, that's fine. I guess we'll discard another Cavalier. So we can plus Skysovereign attack with everybody. That's 6, 10, 13. Let's start with let's see, what can we do? Let's see, we have the land. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 mana. We can Karn, get Gate to the Afterlife and play it. Or God-Pharaoh statue. We can make a big Stonecoil Serpent. We can get Pestilent Cauldron and return to Cavalier. I think we just play Storm. See what happens. Guess we'll take Lair and Elf. Attack with everybody. We'll deal 3 to the Herald, and if they block anything, the Herald dies. They take a bunch. There's 6. So now even if they kill the Karn, they can activate the Dragon Spark Reactor. They can sack some artifacts to shrink some stuff or kill some stuff. What's up, Big Show? Storm can keep cards going. Yeah, but sometimes it just bricks, right? Now we discard the Karn and Fortune. But we're just gonna make a huge lair and attack. Maybe make 2 medium-sized lairs and attack, you know? Maybe Visos. How you doing today, buddy? We'll stop playing a Glorybringer deck. Ooh, maybe soon, maybe soon, maybe soon. All right, so they can Dragon Spark Reactor, the Skysovereign, and chump block 1. They still take 9. GG. They can Herald twice, still GG. I want the Voracious Hydra. Not really. It's not very good against Fatal Push decks. That looks better, right? Or should we do this? This looks okay. All right, no elf, but that's fine. Actually, I like it the other way. Let's just leave it here, yeah? This looks fine, right? We don't need the chat. Or we don't need the chat box from MTGO gumming up the works. Orbital says, I'm like remembered as the biggest problem with the shittiest takes. No, that's Tron Girl. Been watch Thotson's versus Big Love. Thanks, dude. I think we'll take Lair over the Elf because we're just going to Wolfwillow next turn. And I just kind of want to hit my land draft naturally. Stuff goes under your camera this way. Does it? Not too bad, right? Let's see. Let me move the... I'm going to move some stuff around, yeah? Let's just move some stuff around. Browser source. Yeah, that looks way better there, right? And then I guess we'll do show the chat so you can see that decently. Yeah? How's this look? All right, so I played Urborg because now my lands look stupid. When the board looks really wide like last game? Okay, this will be fine then. We'll just do this. Thanks, Visas. I try to interact with chat as much as I can to my detriment. Makes me look bad on stream sometimes, but that's okay. I'll make a mistake because I'm paying attention to the wrong, you know, to not the game. All right, untap does nothing, so we'll just play Kiora, say go. Even if they kill Kiora, we can draw a land and play Cavalier. If they don't kill Kiora, we can play Storm. And maybe Cavalier if we find a Nykthos and get lucky. Here comes a Herald. 3, 6, 7, 8. Alright, what are we discarding? Guess we discard a Cavalier. Alright, so let's find 2 old growth trolls. Draw 2. Nykthos time. I'm gonna gamble. Hit a land and play another Storm. Nice. Karn and I guess Wolfwillow number whatever. This can go here. I'll go ahead and minus. And we'll go get Meteor Golem to handle the Herald next turn. Pretty good turn, yeah? The only time I see Kiora dies when we play a second Kiora. Yeah, it almost never does. It almost never does. Although when you play it and you don't minus it, you know, if our opponent has Dreadbore or whatever, they're pretty incentivized to kill it. Do we block Herald? I think we do. I think Cavalier dying is fine. Maybe we'll get back Polyk. Maybe we'll just get back another Cavalier. Just discard Forest EOT. Stack's not fair. Our opponent didn't do anything. If your opponent doesn't interact with you, it's not your fault when you go fucking crazy, you know? But this forces them to pay 2 mana also. It keeps our Karn healthy. We can minus again next turn. What are this deck's bad matchups? Lotus Field I think is close. I think Blue-White's a very bad matchup. I think Blue-White is your worst matchup. Get back a Storm. All right, EOT. I'm going to discard a Wolfwillow Haven over a Forest. We might need the land drop. All right, 3, 4, 5. Cavalier. I'm going to play the land so I can maybe activate the Hydra for 1,000. Found another Nykthos. Okay. Should have maybe activated in response. Alright, so our opener here, it was a little wonky. We're on the draw. I didn't know what I was playing against. I maybe should have mulliganed this hand. I had 2 land Oath of Nissa and Old Growth Troll, so I was going to try to lean on that. We did not draw a green tapping, or a green producing mana source. Our elf dies, so we need to draw a forest or something. We do Wolfwillow. It's not terrible, but it's better than drawing like a dud. We really want to draw like a regular old land, but we drew another Wolfwillow, so we're going to play the Old Growth Troll here. And then next turn we have enough mana to do basically whatever. Our opponent played a bunch of artifact stuff, but nothing too scary just yet. Here we have access to a bunch of mana thanks to Nykthos, Cavalier, and such. We can Storm the Festival, we can Cavalier, we can Karn. I went for a Karn because I thought the Dragon Spark Reactor would be kind of scary, and I wanted to use Skysovereign to kill the Blood Tithe Harvester. They go for another Deadly Dispute, then they find Herald and play it, and we have to discard. And this is actually a pretty tough discard for me. I ended up going with the Cavalier after a lot of consideration. We drew another Cavalier, we minus with Karn, we go get a Meteor Golem that allows us to blow up the Herald so it doesn't pressure the Karn. We continue to hold back, we can't play another permanent. We want to make sure that they can't attack the Karn with their creature land and kill it. We want to keep shutting down their artifacts if we can. They use Takanuma to get it back. We discard Cavalier again. First, same as the first. So we drew a a land here, so we have something to discard. I go for a Storm of the Festival. It's actually kind of cheeks, but here I decide to get a little bit aggressive. I plus on the Skysovereign. I animate the Lair of the Hydra as a 2/2 because the Skysovereign deals 3 when it attacks. So this means that if the Herald goes for a block, it's going to die. So they just have to soak everything or lose their Herald. They soak everything. They go to 6. They attack and unlock the Karn. But I think it's too little too late. They're so low on life at 6 life already. We have a bunch of mana with a 2 Lair of the Hydra, and you're just seeing the creature lands from our side really shine through. We're going to activate both the Lair of the Hydras. One is a 4/4, one's a 4/5, and we're going to use the Meteor Golem to crew the Skysovereign, and that's going to clear the blocker of the Epicure and allow us to crunch on in for lethal. Game 2. It's a replay. We're going over our matches after we play them, so I see if I can see my mistakes. So opponent doesn't lead with Thoughtseize. We go turn 1 Oath. They probably had removal for Elves out the wazoo. We take a Lair of the Hydra so that we can hit our land drops naturally. Wolfwillow plus Kiora is a pretty good start here. Honest question, you think this deck will be hit with a ban? I mean, they've already banned 8 cards from the deck. It'll probably have something else get banned that's not Nykthos. They'll probably ban Storm in the Festival, it'd be my guess. And then the deck will just continue on as normal. I really like the Kiora package. Wolfwillow plus Kiora has felt really good. An early Herald here is pretty scary, but I mean, we get to play Storm in the Festival without much pressure from the opponent. We actually drew into Nykthos, which was super gross. That allowed us to Cavalier. We find another land. Even if we didn't find another land, we could have played another Cavalier, and maybe we should have anyway. But here we go get Karn. We grab Meteor Golem. That's going to allow us to clear the Herald. They're going to try to kill the Karn. We go for a chump block, but that force it's a hard block, but it forces them to use the ability of -2/-2. But that 2 mana means the difference between playing a spell and not playing a spell for the turn. We play another Cavalier, and we get another. Doesn't matter. We can Meteor Golem the Herald, and the game's over. So, GG. Nice turn 4. I mean, classic mono green devotion, right? You know. That's certainly an option. I don't know that it's better. The deck is powerful because of the Time Walks and Velomachus. And Velomachus actually dodges a shitload of the removal in the format. Alright, Archfiend's Vessel. That's not the one I was expecting. I was expecting a Thoughtseize, so we get to play an elf. 5/5 flyer is kind of scary, though. If Replay could let us see opponent's hand, that'd be cool. Playing as Claudio, MTGO Superstar. Maybe should have played another Wolfwillow Haven. Playing as a human strategy. So if they make a sack, we'll sack Elf. They'll get some mana. Priest of Forgotten Gods is super good against this type of deck. They're probably going to bring them both back, right? Yeah. Extraction Specialist plus Archfiend's Vessel. That's pretty cool. But they get Charming Prince back, which blinks the Specialist, which blinks the brings back the Archfiend, which makes a 5/5. That's a pretty sick turn 3, man. That's a pretty sick turn 3. I don't really have a good response to that, you know? I'm just dead. Classic Priest of Forgotten Gods draw. Is Jabberwocky still around? Yeah, Jabberwocky plays most weekends. Mostly modern. Actually, he's been playing a lot of standard lately, which is weird. We'll just take it. Whatever. Not chump blocking. Extraction Specialist is cool. It's really cool with Archfiend's Vessel. Holy shit. Alright. Well, maybe Claudio broke it. We'll see tomorrow when this deck gets posted at 5-0, you know? I'll just concede. It's fine. Alright. Do you want the Voracious? I'm going to cut the Nissa, and I'm going to cut an Oath. Okay, I'll keep this hand since we're ramping with Wolfwillow Haven. Claudio's not streaming? Aw, rip. Trying to play this in Explorer? Yeah. It's a secret. He said it's a secret, chat, so you're gonna have to just figure it out yourself, I guess. We'll take the Kiora, since we have the Wolfwillow Haven. I don't want to take the elf because I don't want to leave myself vulnerable. Alright, he said he's gonna post on Twitter later, so make sure to go follow Claudio. Alright, I'll mark he said he's gonna post his list on Twitter later, so if you want the list for the black-white sack deck, there's Claudio's Twitter. Atomic. Uh-oh. Wow, I'm just getting hosed, huh? Play 5-5. See if you can beat a 5-5. Just trying to buy old growth trolls? From where? A store on where? Goldfish or something? Not Goldfish. TCG? Orbital says, I purchased all the old growth trolls. Wow, rip. How dare. Alright, let's go Elf, and I'm gonna go Karn. I'm gonna plus. They attack it for 3, then I go minus, get Skysovereign, kill Atomic, something like that. Just using TCG. That sponsor no longer sponsors us, Mikey. It's okay. You can use whatever he likes. But if you did want to use our old sponsor, that's okay. I don't believe Apex has a store where they sell a bunch of cards, but I could be wrong. We're mostly sponsored by them for their tournament series. Reflector Mage? Yeah. Okay. Alright, well, Skysovereign time, I guess. See, I guess it could be Golos to go get Nykthos. The Karn's gonna die here. It's probably Skysovereign. The next turn we can probably crew it if we get a little lucky. I guess if we draw a land, we can go activate Wolfwillow, play Elvish Mystic, crew attack. Nice, Mikey. Yeah, tell Nesco that I sent you too, and he'll give you a discount, and he'll maybe give me a kickback. Wow, Claudio's deck just doesn't run out of juice, huh? Just over and over and over again, just keeps on keeping on. Zathrid, Jesus Christ. That card's not usually that good against me, but here it just looks scary, you know? Alright, so Atomic's gone. We're still at 15. I'm going to attack and kill Zathrid. They can attack and kill the Kiora, but it doesn't deal with this, and I can just play Storm the Festival now without the Kiora. So this is more like a distraction. This is like a way for me to get something on the board that fogs, gives me 6 life, you know? And now they have 2 cards in hand, They might pop this. They gotta find an answer for Skysovereign. Was just Storming better? Maybe Storming was better. Maybe Storming was better. I actually realized halfway through that I couldn't play Wolfwillow plus Storm, so that's just my fault. For being bad. Adeline, scary. They're at 7 though, so another attack puts them to 1 essentially. Wonder if they even kill the Kiora. They did. I'm at 14. Alright, Troll. I'm gonna go Troll Oath. Take Cavalier. Alright, we're gonna force a block with Adeline by attacking with the elf. And that's gonna kill it and put him to 1. And we're still out of range of lethal. They can't use the mana confluence anymore. We have Lair the Hydra. We can crew with Cavalier if we want. This has trample. Yeah, I should have played Storm. Alright. Maybe Nisu Shakes the World isn't that bad. It seemed bad in game 1. But maybe it's okay. Game's frozen. Keep and I kind of want to put back Caryatid. I don't want to put back Elf because it just forces them to interact a turn early. All right, that's fine. Play turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Kiora, or if they kill Elf, I'll play Wolfwillow. All right. No ability to push on 1 is nice. What's up, Jim? Welcome. Alright. Each opponent can't cast non-creature spells with mana value greater than the number of lands they player controls. Whenever opponent casts a spell, if no mana is spent to cast a counter. Okay, so basically I can't cast non-creatures unless I have the lands to do it. So I can't cast Kiora here. Alright. Play Wolfwillow. If we draw a land, we can play Cavalier. This is actually pretty good against us. Means our elves are dead. Flector Mage is fine. Land for Kiora would maybe give us some hope. Alright, well, let's play Kiora. Tomic and Lavinia just doing some weird stuff to us, huh? Can't play Karn yet. Need another land for that. Priest of Forgotten Gods is terrifying, chat. Not gonna lie, it's very scary. Could go Pithing Needle if we draw the land. Land would be nice. We can double elf. Symbol of half tilts, something like that. What's up, Distinction? How's it going? What have people been adding over Nissa? I haven't seen her in a list for the past few days. Some people play Elder Gargaroth, some people play Voracious Hydra, some people play Vivian. That slot is very malleable. Rachel, game 1 they played the 1/1 that when you play from the graveyard, you get a 5/5. And they did that with the new 3-drop that returns a cheap creature from the graveyard to your hand. I forgot the name of it. Or graveyard to play. So I guess that's what they're doing. I guess they could also be Pyre of Heroes, yeah. Yo, Tornado Bones, thanks for 22 months. Holy shit. Extraction Specialist, that's the one. So, Extraction Specialist plus Charming Prince. Just gets it all back. Alright, so we can play Karn now. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can get a 3-drop. So we can Wolfwillow. See, I can go Cavalier and try to hit a Nykthos. I kind of want to do that. I think I'm pretty far behind, so I also haven't played a land yet, so I could draw Nykthos off of that too. We missed. Okay. All right, let's just play Karn. We'll minus and go get something big. I'm gonna go get this Skysovereign. Whatever. No blocks, or no attacks, rather. Arbor Elf would be cool in Pioneer. Arbor Elf might be a little too good for Pioneer. We already have 8 elves, and they're the best things to do, and I think Arbor Elf is just better in a lot of spots. Better for different decks for sure, but with Wolfwillow Haven being one of the premier ramp effects, I think it might be a little too good. Just a little bit. Alright, so now they can sack Archfiend's Vessel and then Extraction Specialist to back, if they have another Extraction Specialist. Luckily, we have 2 big things that can block the 5/5, though. So next turn, we can actually go minus for Golos, cast Golos, untap Nykthos, activate Nykthos, cast Skysovereign, something like that. Let's see what they do. We need to kill the Priest of Forgotten Gods. Atomic. Okay, so we can't untap lands until we Skysovereign down the Atomic. Go get Nykthos the hard way. Make Scarab God great again? Maybe soon, maybe soon. I already played it in a league and posted a YouTube video about it. Hopefully it's good. Is Priest a mana ability? I don't think so. It goes on the stack for sure. I don't know if it counts as a mana ability for Pithing Needle. I don't think so. Because it's colon. I'm pretty sure you can needle this. Golos did his job. Pyre of Heroes cannot be activated, thankfully. They can attack and kill the Karn and then activate, though. So we'll definitely block as many things as we can. Alright, we can do a ton of stuff this turn. I think I need to kill Lavinia just in case. I'm sorry, Beast. I didn't even know I was spelling it wrong or whatever, man. My apologies. I honestly don't even know your full name, so I'm not even sure how that even came up. All right, what do we do here? We can storm the festival from the graveyard. We got a ton of stuff going on, so let's go. Oath of Nissa is free. Start with that. We'll take Boseiju. Boseiju can kill Pyre. Guess we'll go Karn Nykthos. Okay. Keep this one. Keep this one. We can go Karn, get back 2 things. See, that's 9, so we'd have 5, 6 left. Might have messed up. I could just, I think if I go Storm and Miss, I'd die. We can make 2 2/2s. I didn't realize I was so low on life, chat. They have no cards in hand. Let's see, I can Boseiju the Pyre and then make 2 2/2s. I can Karn with 10 mana and play let's see, yeah. So Karn, Pestilent Cauldron, I go to 6. And I gain 4 up to 12. Alright, let's just do that. That's fine. We'll let them gain some life so I don't randomly die to their creatures. And we'll get back Karn and Voracious Hydra. And then I'll just play a medium-sized Voracious Hydra and kill something. Let's see, I should probably do it for 2 or for 1 less, right? So 1, I'll do it for 2. X equals 2. And then I'm gonna fight Priests. And then I was gonna Boseiju the Pyre. And that's GG. Alright. 3-0. Alright, so let's watch game 1 again. Let's watch Claudio kick our ass, yeah. That turn took like 10 minutes. Yeah, it was a hard turn. Alright, they led with turn 1 Archfiend's Vessel, and I knew that I'm maybe in for a sweet Claudio brew after that. Turn 1 Elf. They go Priest of Forgotten Gods. Priest of Forgotten Gods on 2, something that green creature decks usually can't handle too easily. Especially when they just have free reign for it the whole time. They go for Priest into Extraction Specialist, which gets back Charming Prince, which gets back the Archfiend's Vessel. It's a really cool combo, Charming Prince plus Extraction Specialist. And that coupled with the Priest of Forgotten Gods is just really cool. And they make the Demon Flyer on turn 3 and make me sack something and make me lose life. And they just buried me, you know? Just buried me. Game 2. What's the guy's Twitter handle? I posted in chat a minute ago. It's this. Post it again. All right, so on game 2, we're on the play. We don't have an elf, but I think that's okay. Turn on Oath of Nissa. We'll take the Kiora since we already have the Wolfwillow. I mean, maybe they did the thing on the first game, right? So it can't be that bad. They also never activated Pyre of Heroes, and I assume they have 4 in their deck and it's powerful, right? All right, so here we go for a Polukranos. Tomic makes it so our Kiora doesn't do a lot, so we just gotta, I don't know, do what we can do. They go for Deadly Disputed and turn on Fatal Push. We go Elf into Karn minus to go get, oh no, we have for plus. Next turn we can go Karn minus and go get Skysovereign and put them in a bind because we get to kill the Tomic. I could also just storm the festival. But here I think just Skysovereign to kill the Tomic means a lot of my cards get turned on. They're going to attack and kill Karn, hit me for a little bit. A Deadly Dispute, just kind of spinning their wheels. They need to actually put pressure on the board. Zadthor Necromancer, normally not that good against me, but here ends up being kind of scary, so I end up go ahead and killing it. So this turn was actually a pretty bad turn. I went for Wolfwillow Haven, Kiora, because I thought that I could play the Storm in the Festival. I just didn't do the math. It was like quick math or whatever, and I was just wrong. And so I should have just cast Storm in the Festival, though. What I did was I went Kiora, Wolfwillow Haven, untap, activate Lair the Hydra, play an elf, and that allowed me to crew the Skysovereign, and then attack and kill the Zadthor Necromancer. But I just played a Kiora for 6 that's just immediately going to die. I definitely should just play Storm in the Festival instead of whatever else I did. But now we're in a spot where we can actually pressure their Adeline because they're so low on life from the Skysovereign. So we go get Oath of Nissa, Old Growth Troll. That finds a Cavalier. We can crew the Skysovereign by attacking with the Elf that threatens a lethal 7 damage. And the 3 damage from the Skysovereign means that it has to block and has to trade. And then they're just dead to the Skysovereign. Game 3 was a sweet one, though. Game 3 was a sweet one. Alright, got a mulligan, the no green source. Put back a Sylvan Caryatid because we have Elf and a Wolfwillow. They don't have a push for Elf on 1. The Lavinia here was actually kind of scary because my hand was just a little weird. I had a lot of Karns and Kioras, and Lavinia kind of like added a mana cost to him almost. Reflective Range on the Elf is scary too. We drew a tapped land. We're going to go ahead and play Kiora since we have the Wolfwillow Haven. That means we can maybe generate some stuff next turn. They decide to attack me instead of Kiora. That allows me to resolve this Cavalier. Luckily, we drew another Elf and hit a land, so we're able to play 2 Elves to kind of play around Priest plus Fatal Push. They sack Reflector Mage. Play another Deadly Disputes. Do Extraction Specialist things. We get to untap, though, with a Cavalier of Thorns in play and a Kiora in play. We actually whiff on the land, but we can play Karn. We can go get Skysovereign. We got 2 Cavalier blockers. We got an Elf as a throwaway for Priest of Forgotten Gods. Archfiend comes down. We sack. They just keep playing Deadly Dispute after Deadly Dispute. Finally, Tomic, which we're going to kill. We're going to minus go get Golos and cast it and go get Nykthos. And that's going to allow us to do some really degenerate stuff next turn. Golos out of the sideboard looking pretty good here. It's the first time I've gotten it, and I really appreciated it and liked it. So, Karn shutting off Pyre Heroes, but if they attack with everything, they lose basically all their ability to activate the Pyre Heroes, even if they kill the Karn. So they choose not to lose 2 creatures to be able to activate Pyre. We crew, we attack, we crew the plus so that we get to attack with everything. That puts them to 4. We have a pretty complex turn that involves multiple Karns, multiple Storm in the Festivals. I'm at 8. I'm staring down 6 damage and a Pyre Heroes. So I need to gain a little bit of life here. So I take pretty hard on the Karn. The first one, I'm going to get God-Pharaoh statue to kind of make sure that they can't do cool combos. I might have should have got Pithing Needle and named Pyre of Heroes instead. Fatal Push on the Elf. I no longer have a blocker, so we're going to go for a Karn minus Restorative Burst. Gives them 4 life, but it makes sure that I don't die, and it makes sure that I have a Karn in hand for next turn to do it again if I want to. So we go for Voracious Hydra for X equals 2. We're going to use it to fight the Priest of Forgotten Gods, and they're out of cards and out of time. And that's all she wrote. All right, so we're 3-0, right? 2 more? What do you think, Chad? 2 more? All right, 3-0. Join? I was tweeting. Join much? Won the roll. I'll keep. Hope my elf doesn't die. Yeah, you're right, Z-Score. Probably better. What up, Taylor? Think you should maybe queue halfway through the replay for minimum downtime, but I like it. I don't know that I can queue and watch a replay at the same time. I don't know if that's the functionality MTGO offers. Also, the queues aren't that long. I played games where the queue time's like 8 minutes or whatever, so. Elfu? No, Elfu. I imagine it's not, Taylor. That's why I don't leave the house. Fiery Impulse. Land? Alright, if we don't draw a land next turn, I'm going to be sad. Strategic planning. I'm very okay with that one, chat. You put pieces in the graveyard. No land, but I got a full house, chat. I got a full house in hand. Can't lose. Full house. Opponent's like, oh, I like that draw from the opponent. Probably going to take Galvanic and a Cruise would be my guess. We are already dead. Chat, we're already dead. Buzzingers. Okay, so they took Cruise and a draw spell that I forgot. All right, whatever, you win. I want to concede, chat. I don't think I'm supposed to mulligan this hand, but I don't know. They kill Elf and I don't draw land and I draw 5 and 6 drops. This doesn't happen too often anymore. But it's happening right now and it feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Start calling you Phil S. Badman. Alright, so now they're going to Cruise and bring back a Phoenix. If I draw a land, I could have Karn. I was going to go get Tormod's Crypt. So now they have just as many cards in hand as me, a full graveyard, and more mana, and a creature it's attacking. So we're doing bad. Yeah, I'd say we're doing bad. That's quads. Quads you? Is that good? All right, do we want the Voracious Hydra? I think they're probably playing Bird. They're probably playing the list that won the 5K, so I don't think we want the Voracious Hydras against them. All right, Lair Elf. Down a game. You're very welcome. All right, Kiora Behemoth Beckoner. No untaps because we can't use the mana. They want Impulsor thing. Wait, this turn's 4. Did they miss a land drop on 2? It's like Cavalier. I assume it's going to get gusted, whatever it is, right? Let's go top. That's giving you a reason to buy Stained Glass Kiora? It's pretty good, right? Piece of the puzzle. So they're going to go get what? They kept Lava Coil and Consider. Okay. So now do we play Storm? I think we play Storm the Festival now. Because I wouldn't mind a couple mana sources. Alright, well. I'm going to take a land over the Elf. We get to draw a card. We haven't played a land yet, so if we draw a land, we can play another land. We didn't. That's fine. Now they have cool for Old Growth Troll. Next turn, though, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can play Caryatid plus Cavalier. If we draw a land and hit a land off Cavalier, we can go Cavalier plus Polukranos. We also draw some cards, so consider cast. They kept it. It's another land that they desperately need. They're probably trying to Crackle and Drake us, would be my guess, but this is almost certainly getting coiled. All right, so let's go Cavalier and hope we find Nykthos or something. Here comes Treasure Cruise. They would go up to 8 and have to discard. I think that's fine. I think that's worth. 1 mana, draw 3, discard 1. It's always a good spot to be in when you're having to go to cleanup after playing 3 spells, you know? Discards Galvanic Iteration. All right, let's go Cavalier first. See if we hit anything cool. Land? Oh, we hit the land. See if we hit another land. Nykthos. Perfect. All right, so now we can go land for turn. Just 5. We can go Cavalier. And if we hit a Llanowar Caryatid, this also gives us flying blockers, which I like. Do I want the other Nykthos? I guess. It's better to cast the Caryatid than to not cast anything. Next turn we can do some cool stuff. I might have messed up. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Guess you need 3 more Nykthos? Yeah, Nykthos is great. Alright, so they find a Phoenix in the grave. They kept Consider plus Strategic. They played a tap land and a Consider, so the Phoenix not coming back. They're taking lethal this turn, I think. I think we can lethal them with Nykthos plus Lair. Yeah, should be more than enough. All right, so let's do as much as we can. I don't know how much it is, but I assume it's enough. Yeah. So if they don't have Submerge. Strategic planning is absolutely expressive iteration at home. Yeah. You ain't wrong. Wait for the replay to see if you messed up. That's true. That's true. All right. I think we got to mold this. My elf is very likely to die. Oh, no. Yep. Scary time. We're going to do the quads again, right? We're going to hit quads again and not cast anything and die. Maybe I should just cut elves after sideboard, huh? They just always die and I don't keep hands that have elves in them, right? Uh-oh. Get pierced, bitch. Get pierced, you dumb bitch! That's me. I'm the dumb bitch. They hit a Phoenix, a Fire Impulse, and Opt. They keep pieces and Opt. Okay. I don't think I'm going to get there this game, chat. I think I'm dead. I think I'm in dead. I don't think I'm in trouble. I think I'm dead. Here comes another pieces. So they kept Opt Consider. No, they kept Galvanic Consider. Okay. So their hand is Opt Consider Galvanic, I think. Self is definitely dying. Put a pieces in the graveyard. Uh-oh. Lightning Axe, bitch. Phoenix, probably? Yeah. I'm just going to concede. They win. All right. Not a whole lot to review there. We had 3 very not close games. Game 1, we kept Elf Caryatid 2 land and some 5 drops, and we drew all 4s and 5s, and our elf died. There's not a whole lot to be done about it. That's just kind of how the matchups go sometimes. This deck is relying on its mana sources, and the way you attack and beat them is by killing those mana sources. And, I mean, this is also the downside of playing so many 4s and 5s in your deck, right? 4s, 5s, and 6s, right? Like, we're just so clogged. You know? Our opponent had a really great sequence. Turn 1, kill your thing. Turn 2, strategic. Turn 3, pieces. Turn 4, play 3 spells. But we just did nothing, right? So, game 2. Game 2. All right, so we have Lair and Elf. If Elf doesn't die, we're insane. If Elf does die, we still have Wolfwillow Haven. But we still need to draw some mana here. We're not in great shape, but our opponent missed their second land drop. So at this point, I'm thinking, what can they have? Like, it has to just be all fire impulses and lightning axes, right? They drew the second land. Now I'm aware of gusts, right? Now I'm aware of ether gusts. I probably should have just played Polukranos and not even minus the Kiora, because since they have gust, this is a big enough threat, and it doesn't -1 the Kiora. Putting it at 7 to 6 means that 2 Phoenix Hits can kill it instead of 3. And maybe that matters, or maybe that will matter. Storm the Festival here. I'm not sure if this was the right play. I might have should just played Cavalier. I'm looking for Cavalier, right? And I already have 2 in hand, because it works with the Kiora to draw a card. I do hit the land drop off of it, which is nice, but I think maybe I should have just played Cavalier. Opponent plays Treasure Cruise, has a discard. We start going crazy. We had Cavalier into Nykthos. We get to play another Cavalier off the Nykthos. We find another Nykthos, but we can't activate it, so we just got to play Caryatid. And at this point, I don't think there's a ton that they can do to get out of it. They have a tapped land and a consider. I think maybe the Hall of the Storm Giants was a misplay, or a misclick. But here we have like 1,000 options, and none of them are bad. Old Growth Troll, untap, make a bunch of mana. Lair of the Hydra should be lethal, and it is. Last game. And this is another game where we kind of just got stuck. We molded a 1-land Elfan into a 2-land Elfan that was bad, into a Wolfwillow Haven Cavalier of Thorns draw that's also not great. I felt more comfortable with this 5 than I did with either the 7 or the 6, though. Unfortunately, we go for a Wolfwillow Haven here, and it getting Spell Pierce means that we just can't do much of anything. You know, if we don't draw lands for the next 3 turns straight, we're probably dead. I'm going to play Elf for sure. Oath of Nissa, looking for a land drop. All right, well, we hit a tapped land with Lair of the Hydra, so... But the Elf was likely to die anyway, so I wasn't really reliant on that too much to begin with. You know, I kind of like them in the early turns, but as the game progresses, they just get worse and worse, and the odds of them surviving is low. I took Karn over another Nykthos because Nykthos is kind of like Lotus Petal at this point, and I felt like Karn, if they don't have like the ability to get back both Phoenixes, we maybe can go Karn for Tormod's Crypt next turn if we get lucky and draw land, but I just conceded here because they're definitely just getting back 2 Phoenixes, and I'm stuck on 3 land, so GG. All right, last match. 82 in Fahrenheit? Cool. No worries, Mark. I went over the winning decks from the NRG, and the second place list had Topiary Stomper. All right, well, I'm going to keep. Hope my land doesn't die. Or sorry, hope my Elvish Mystic doesn't die. Or that I just draw lands. Mirror. Opponent has unlocked the secret to the mirror. It is play Elf. Question is, do we play Old Growth or Kiora? I think we play Kiora first, so we can draw the card. Now they can attack it for 5 if they want, but then we play Old Growth Troll, draw a card. We can block. Then we have 2 more activations left. We can do some trading. And our land gets to add an extra. Is this main deck Voracious Hydra just killing us? Cool. Hate that. That's another way to get a leg up in the mirror, chat. Play some Voracious Hydra over the Nissa and the Polukranos. But it'll make your Storm the Festivals worse, so... Alright, so if they want to send everything at Kiora, Kiora is dead. Kiora the best alt art. I'm gonna block. It gives me more mana than them, they just get to use it first. I can Storm the Festival with Kiora next turn now, where that was not the case before. I can also use Boseiju on their forest if I get lucky. and hit 2 mana sources off of Storm Festival, like a Cavalier and a land, or 2 Cavaliers for 2 lands. 2, 3, 4, 5. So they can play Cavalier of their own. I'm trying digital. Mirror matches can be tough. All right, so hit a Karn and a Polukranos. And then I'm gonna draw a card. And I'm gonna play my elf. We're gonna go get kind of want to get Heart of Kiran or Skysovereign. I keep mixing those two up. Hey, we should get Skysovereign. I'm gonna Meteor Golem. They're probably not gonna go after the Kiora. They'll probably go after the Karn. We'll probably just let Karn die. I might double block the Cavalier though. You still like Heart of Kiran? Yeah, it's okay. It just gets blocked by the reach, and I can't cast it this turn, so Storm from them. Neither of us are doing degen shit yet, you know? I'm hoping that theirs is bad. I hope theirs is bad as mine. Mine was medium. They hit Oath and Cavalier. That's about as medium as I can hope for, I guess. Hitting Cavalier is good, though. If they hit Nykthos, for sure. They hit a land. We can go Karn for... God, I hope we get to untap. They play Nykthos. They don't have the mana to activate, though. So let's see what they do. All right, they send one there. I'm going to chump with the elf, probably. We can go get Golos, get Nykthos, untap it. See, minus. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Untap. That doesn't do enough, yeah? Two, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could just storm the festival. Meteor Golem doesn't hit land, so we can't blow up the Nykthos. I think if they get to untap first with the Nykthos, we're dead. So we could just go get Damping Sphere at the end of our sequence. I guess we could also exile their 2 Storm the Festivals with Unlicensed Hearse. You can use 3 mana to kill an elf. Then we got 4 mana left over to do whatever with. We can go... Meteor Golem was probably a mistake. This also makes this a 6/6 to check the Cavaliers. All right. Would Spine of Ishtar be an upgrade if it were legal? Yeah, probably. I really like Meteor Golem, though. It would probably be better because you could plus Karn on it and attack for 7. Character might still be a card you want to play? Yeah, I think so, too. You can block the Voracious Hydra. All right, so it looks like they're going to throw away a Cavalier here to kill the Kiora. So we're going to block. All right, we'll let Kiora die. We'll eat a Cavalier. We still have a Kiora. They're going to get back probably Storm. Hopefully we draw a land. It's got to just be Storm, I guess. Oh, they got back a land. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do they have if they want another land? Or are they just not using it? Yeah, they just didn't use the ability. Yeah, you can choose not to use it. I think they just chose not to. All right, so they played another Storm the Festival. They could have put a Cavalier on top, right? Oh, they didn't have a Cavalier to put on top. So they didn't hit a creature. They hit Oath and a Lair of the Hydra. Lair is like, okay. They found another Cavalier. Excuse me. So we can plus on the damage sphere and attack if we want. It's free real estate. Oh, Kiora doesn't do shit anymore. Oh well. I guess it untaps so I can play an elf. So I have a blocker. I'm gonna attack for just the 2. I'm gonna hold back the Polukranos to keep checking the Cavalier. Did they whiff on Festival? Kinda. They had a Lair and an Oath. But their Oaths found Cavalier. So next turn we can play Storm. The Damning Sphere, I think, is a necessary evil. You know, I think we had to cast it when we did because of the strength of their Nykthos versus ours, you know? Now we can just go get something to eat their storms. They found Boseiju, they can put it into play, but they already have one, so they can't even float. All right, I think I'm gonna minus Karn and go get the thing, the hearse. Actually, I think I'm just gonna go get Tormod's Crypt and exile the whole graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess we don't have to yet, and the hearse can be something good later. All right, so let's exile the Storm 1, Storm 2. Tough game. This is game 1 still, right? They finally drew their own Kiora. They probably should have sacked their forest to make a 4/4 and draw a card. Polukranos. Okay, we'll just Meteor Golem that one. That one's looking kind of scary here. Take the Storm and a Cavalier. Kiora untap Hearse? No reason to. Would rather have the mana. They can't use the Nykthos anyway. Karn's kind of scary. Man, back to heaters. Keep on coming. Hearse can't be activated anymore. See, 1, 2, 3. They get a Meteor Golem of their own, which they'll probably use to blow up something cool next turn. Not sure what, though. We both have a lot of options. They might blow up Damping Sphere. All right, so how much mana do we got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can Karn for a 4-drop. Guess we can Karn for Needle. Play Needle. Do we Karn for Needle on Karn and then we just beat them with Storm the Festival? I guess then they can Meteor Golem the Needle. Tough one. I guess, let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We only have 9. Yours 10. Okay. These untapping doesn't do anything. Could just play Storm from the graveyard. Hit 2 Cavaliers. We don't really need the Nykthos right now. Plus our Cavalier can probably hit a Nykthos. We'll draw 2 and then look for some lands. Alright, we found a Nykthos, so now if they want to blow up the Damping Sphere, we can return the favor, you know? Alright, we got a lot more mana to work with next turn. The 2 Cavaliers, the land drop. I'll make it so next turn we can go Karn for something bigger. Karn for Skysovereign to kill their Karn once they minus and go get something. This is going to be a weird game, I think. But we still have 2 more Storm the Festivals to go through. We might run out of, I don't know. I'm kind of hoping they blow up Damping Sphere, because I think at this point we can win. If we get to untap Immortal Sun, Immortal Sun's interesting. We can no longer Karn, and we can't blow it up. But that's fine. I mean, again, I still have Storm the Festival advantage. I guess it's not that fine. Their stuff's just bigger than ours now, too. But we can make for, like, a huge Lair of the Hydra this turn and attack for a lot. And they have to do some hard blocking. Alright, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13? I don't really know what to do. I think the Immortal Sun actually just kills us. So maybe I do want it for the mirror, because I can't really... I feel like I can't beat it. My sideboard no longer matters until I deal with it. Do I just make huge Lair and attack with everything? Start with the notes, I guess. Oh, if Cavalier dies, I get back Boseiju? That's a good point. Alright, let's attack with everything. We can also Oath of Nissa for the Boseiju. It's a good point. Forgot about that. I hope one of them blocks the Polukranos. Wow, they're just not even going to let a Cavalier die? 10, 11, they're going to go down to 7. I guess they saw the line. Okay. I was going to use the Oath to draw the Boseiju after the Cavalier put the Boseiju on top, but they chose not to let a Cavalier die. Next turn, I get to animate 2 Lair of the Hydra and attack for a chunk. They've already gone through a bunch of Cavaliers as well, and Old Growth Trolls, and a Polukranos. I don't know. We can sack our land to make a 4/4 off Old Growth and draw a card. Here come Meteor Golem. See if they blow up. Maybe the Damping Sphere. So they can't activate Karn. They can play a bunch of random shit. Found another Lair of the Hydra. Think this is a game I can win on time. I might be able to win on damage too if they mess up. Obviously, they can play like a Storm the Festival, but Karn doesn't do anything. It's all only creatures that matter here. And Storm the Festival into creatures. Yeah, now that they're just making 2/2s off Wolfwillow, so you can see how it's going. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 4 blockers. So they block here, 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 take 7. They're dead, right? They just killed themselves, I think. Let me just double check. So if we don't block with anything, we take 6, 12, 17 down to 3. They have 4 blockers. They block the 2 Lair of the Hydra and the 2 Cavalier, and they take 7. If I'm not mistaken, I make 2 Hydras that are, or 2 Lairs that are at least 5/5 each. They block Lair, Lair. They block Cavalier, Cavalier with 4 blockers. They're tapped out. They have nothing. All right, I'm dead. You're dead. Such a long game to end like that, you know? They can untap with Kiora. You're right. They can't. Immortal Sun, actually. It's one-sided. Or it's not one-sided. They go block, 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 take 7. They just miss on board. We're dead if they made a big Lair last turn. Big Lair doesn't trample. So we could have chump blocked it with the Caryatid or Elf or something, I think. We had a blocker. I kept back a blocker. All right, I'm gonna bring in Voracious Hydra. I like the Polukranos. The Nissa, I think, is important because it's just about mana generation. We can trim an Oath, and we can trim an Old Growth Troll. I think that's what I was doing. Yes, easy, easy. I think we got to mold this one. Not explosive enough. This one's all mana, but that's okay in this matchup because you just need to draw one payoff and you're usually fine because your payoffs chain together. It's a matchup where you love having Shadow Spear? Maybe. I would imagine you would rather have Shadow Spear for a matchup that has creatures that attack you, you know? Alright, another elf. No Voracious Hydra though, so we didn't get our thing popped. Alright, I'm going to play Kiora. Could play Wolfwillow, but Kiora is similar, but next turn we go tap elf, tap forest, play this. Tap, untap, tap, play Cavalier. We don't get to Nykthos next turn, but we can play Cavalier next turn and the Wolfwillow for free. Kiora is fine. Another Elfu? It's a lot of elves. Now I kind of we just draw Polukranos natural. Alright, next turn we can do cool shit though. Leave the Boseiju in the graveyard so we can get it back if we need. Like I said, all we need to do is draw one payoff, and we're good. An Old Growth Troll is not really a payoff, but it's good with Kiora too, so we drew a couple things that are good with her. Next turn, we can tap 3, play Old Growth Troll, draw a card, Nykthos. Hopefully we hit something good off the draw step or the Old Growth Troll draw off of Kiora. We can put pressure on Kiora now too, as long as it's saying Cavalier. Dang. All right, well, they only have one land, but they're doing a lot with it. They hit a forest and a storm in the grave. Rage Hydra is a nice one. We're going to kill the Cavalier, and then we're going to attack and kill the Kiora as well. All right, so we're going to play Cavalier. And then with the trigger on the stack, we're going to activate Nykthos. That way, if we find another one, we can chain them off. We did not hit. I'm going to make the biggest Voracious Hydra you ever seen. And then we're going to attack and kill the Kiora. And that should be enough to win the game next turn. They can put Storm on top, but I doubt there's anything they can do to beat this Hydra. It's too big, too fast. And killing the Kiora. They can put Storm on top. They can easily cast it, but I don't think anything they can have can match a 23-24 Trampler. What hand do they keep? 3 Elves, Kiora, Wolfwillow, Cavalier, something. Maybe a Karn. Not a bad hand. You keep a lot of hands with this deck in hopes that you draw land or hopes that you draw a spell. I mean, we kept fucking 6 mana sources and we just drew well, so you could say the same thing about us, you know? Alright, Elf. No Nykthos, please. Alright, Storm and Norman. See if they can find an answer to Voracious Hydra. Signs point to no. Yeah, but when your opponent's not interacting with you, your devotion enablement is never a problem. You only want devotion enablement cards and cards that are resilient to keep giving devotion when your opponent is killing all your stuff or making you discard stuff. All right, medium-sized Voracious Hydra. I made an 8/9. So that's going to prevent 8 of the 23, 9 of the 23. So that's 14. And then they chump here. And then they take 19. Okay, so they're dead. But I'm gonna play out my turn for the funsies. GG. Never did the infinite thing, so the Courier's Briefcase never came up, but I still kind of like the idea of it. One Overgrown Tomb probably won't kill you. You know? One Overgrown Tomb probably ain't gonna kill you. Let's pay him out. Let's pay him out. Choose outcome. 4 and 1. Pay the believers! Easy. Easiest 200 channel points of your life. Because it was like 30k to 6k. Yeah, Ziggy, we're having fun with mono green. It's really powerful right now. It's really good. Our only loss was, is it Phoenix, where we had 2 draws where they killed our elf and we kind of just didn't do anything. But I think what that really showcases is how important the elves are to our mana development. So it's possible that we should be adding another land to the deck, maybe even over an Oath of Nissa. Because when our elves die, we're kind of floundering and we want to just naturally draw a forest or an overgrown tomb, right? Everything in the main deck felt great. The Polukranos was fine. Maybe you want it to be a Voracious Hydra, but the more cards you have for Storm the Festival that don't work, the worse Storm the Festival is. And it's one of the best cards in the deck. So I like having the one Nissa. I like having the one Polukranos. This is Cherry Man's main deck 60, and I find zero fault in this main deck 60. And when you have a deck that has what people would consider a perfect 60, that's insane, right? Like, it's just on the money. The 2 Lair of the Hydras, the 2 Boseiju, the 4 Nykthos, the 13 Forest, all the mana producers, the 4 Oath of Nissa, the 1 Polukranos, the 1 Nissa, 4s of all your best stuff, 3 Kiora even. It just feels perfect. It just feels perfect. So now we're just left figuring out the sideboard. And there's like 5 cards in the sideboard that I think are completely up for grabs. And there's like 5 that are locked in 100%. And then there's like 5 that are okay, you know? As someone who plays all 3+ mono green, Phoenix is best overall. Greasefang is explosive. Blue Eye is good for the blinds. Yeah. I like this list a lot. The Courier's Briefcase, you know, I want to see if it works, you know, and I want to see if I ever get it. I like the Golos. It was cool that one time I got it. This is gonna sound weird. I kind of want a second Meteor Golem. There are some games and matches where you just need to kill a thing, like, again. And I don't know if there's, like, something that I can play that can just copy it or whatever. Like an artifact. Like, you know, I know there's, like, Metamorph in Modern, but Metamorph isn't in this format, and I don't know. What's the infinite with Briefcase? So the combo in the deck is if you have a Karn in the yard, a Kiora in the yard, a Karn in play, and a Kiora in play, you can go minus Karn for Pestilent Cauldron so that you cast the back half, which is Restorative Burst. Use Restorative Burst to return Kiora and Karn to your hand, and then rinse and repeat. Since it exiles itself, Karn can grab it from exile, so you can keep doing it as long as you have the mana to do it. You need about 13-ish devotion to break even. And if you have +1 than that, then you start gaining a mana every turn too. If you gain a mana every turn with it, you gain infinite life and infinite mana. You can use, once you have infinite mana, use Restorative Burst to return 2 Karns. And then the Karn gets back Restorative Burst. And then the second Karn gets Courier's Briefcase. And the Briefcase gives you black mana, so you can use Pestilent Cauldron to mill your opponent out. Now, I chose Courier's Briefcase over, like, Manalith or any of those other types of cards that are just 3 mana, tap for any color, because I thought Courier's Briefcase had the highest potential for me to go Karn minus, go get Briefcase, cast it, use it as a blocker, and then later be able to use that mana, you know, if I needed the mana. Now, literally could be anything. That's an artifact that taps for black, though. Yeah, the Overgrown Tomb is unreliable, though. Like, you can mill over it early. You could just not find it when you're, like, stuck doing your combo. And on Magic Online, it just kind of takes forever. One Overgrown Tomb's probably fine, though. If you cut Briefcase, add an Overgrown Tomb, it's probably the same.